Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another video. So it's been a couple of days since the last video and the new cam sensor came in. So not bad for 15 bucks. So hopefully this works. So all you need for the cam sensor is a 10mm socket and a ratchet. So it is right down here. It's pretty much right down here on the LS. Let's see, yeah, there it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this unbolted right quick and get this old sensor out, and then we'll compare the new one to the old one. All right, there we go. There's the 10mm bolt. Here's the old sensor, which is the one that came with the timing cover, but I guess this is the Gen 3 for 05 and 06, and then the white one the Gen 4 for 07 and 08. So, I mean, looking at them physically, they are exactly the same. Just this one's black and this one's white. So, I'm going to get this opened up, toss it back in here. Got to run my plug back down because I pulled it up to where it was out of the way of the belt. So I'm going to run this back down where it's supposed to go. And we'll get it plugged in and then try and start it up and see if it'll start with this cam sensor plugged in. So y'all give me a minute and I'll give you another update. Alright, let's see if you can see. Alright, looks like the hole isn't lined up, so I need to move it a tad bit. There we go. That looks lined up with the bolt hole. Alright. See if I can get this in here. My fingers are in the way. I can't see the bolt. Alright, I gotta move the phone, y'all. Alright, so now it's in there. Awesome. So now I just gotta snug it down with my socket and ratchet. And then I can plug it in. So there we go. Awesome. Alright, now I can run this harness back down under the power steering line. There we go. Push that down through there. Pull all the slack. And there's this plastic thing right here that the harness clips onto. Alright, so let me get that plug down there plugged in, then we'll clip it to the harness to keep it held up out of the way, and then we'll try to start it. Alright, so you can see it, but it is plugged in down there. And then I've got the little plastic keeper holding the harness. So I guess let's see if she'll start up with this cam sensor plugged in. There goes Tom. Alright. Moment of truth. Cool. Fired. fired right up with this cam sensor. So that was it. It was just definitely the wrong cam sensor. Just wrong year. Woo. It's hard to tell, but the whole car is just shaking all over the place. Alright, everything's looking good. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to pick up my tools and stuff, get that stuff put back up, and we'll go for a little drive. Alright. Still need to bleed the brakes, but should be able to hook up HP tuners and do the crank relearn once she's up to 10. So like she's running a lot better. Just having the correct sensor. Alright, let me close this sunroof. Chevy truck sounding good. Pretty good. Why do I need headlamps in the middle of the day? Headlamps suggested. And look at there, now the car, I guess the timing isn't so advanced as it was without the cam sensor. And it's not even getting as hot as it was. That's about 20% throttle. It's doing really well. I'm really glad the cam sensor helped and fixed the issue. Dumping water. Oh yeah. Much better. Still going a tad over half. I still got to fix that power steering leak as well. Turn the heater on. She dumped a little. Oh, that's where I ran over the water in the road. Yeah, we're not even up there. Oh yeah. Got so much more space in here now for airflow. It's moving quite a bit of air. Down for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go grab HP tuners so we can try to do this crank position relearn. So y'all give me just a minute and I'll give you another update. Alright you guys, so I had to call my buddy Eric, which is the one that I'm going to be working on his car in Florida here in the next week or so. So I had to call him because he told me he knew how to get to this. So basically it is right here under vehicle controls and special functions, but you have to be connected to the car. And so once you connect to the car, you can click here and then it pops up another window, and then you go to special functions and it says crank relearn. So I clicked crank relearn, the car has to be running, and then all it says is you just floor it until it basically bounces off rev limiter, and then you hit OK, and then you turn the key off and then back on, and that was a crank relearn. Now there is no check engine lights, so really happy with that. Let's see if she'll just fire right back up. If I can get the fucking keys off my key ring. No lights. Cool. Really happy with that. Ooh. trans temp. Hanging out right in the middle, just over the middle. So hopefully I'll have a little bit better fuel mileage now. And yeah, hopefully I don't have any more major issues. So I'm gonna kill this. One other thing I do have to do is I'm still going to have to remove the front and rear exhaust manifold and probably the crossover pipe to get both those off. I'm gonna have to remove the front and rear crossover, or front and rear exhaust manifold, and I'm gonna have to remove the alternator bracket again so I can remove the rear valve cover. But essentially I have to retorque the heads. That is in ARP specifications that after 500 miles you're supposed to retorque the heads. So whenever the car was just cranking and cranking and cranking and it wasn't starting, before I accidentally tried to start it with the cam sensor removed, I did get up underneath the car and I was trying to verify that the crank position sensor was still plugged in and it didn't come out or anything. And I did notice that the rear head gasket was seeping a little bit of coolant. And whenever I told Lucas, he's like, well, have you retorqued the heads? And I was like, well, no. And he's like, yeah, after 500 miles, you got to retorque the heads. And I've driven it a little over 1,000 miles. So yeah, it really needs it. It was like 139,900 and I did my oil change at 140,950. So yeah, it was about 1,000 miles I've put on this car so far. So with that being said, yeah, that's going to be the next thing. And then after that, hopefully that's the last thing I have to do for a while. But that is something I definitely want to make sure that I do. I don't want to just skip past that and have an issue later on down the road. And I don't want to be leaking coolant out of the rear head or anything, or either of the heads or anywhere on this engine. I just want this to be a good, fun, reliable daily driver. And then now that the crank relearn and everything is done, I might try actually running the AC and see if it affects anything or if it makes it run too hot like it was before, and just kind of go from there. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, everything is done. Cam sensor is installed. Crank position relearn is done. The car runs. It drives really well. And yeah, I guess I'll probably do a couple more data logs, and then the next thing is going to be getting a hold of James Brewer so he can actually tune it, and that's going to be another 350 bucks I got to come up with. So I guess yeah, I've got to come up with some money somehow. So if anybody's interested in buying the Grand Am for $2,500 as it sits, it needs an engine, but it's got a lot of new parts on it. So I guess if anyone's interested, leave me a comment or hit me up on Facebook and send me a message on Facebook, and we'll go from there. Here, let's go take a look at the Grand Am. That way I can show everybody what you're dealing with. So, here's the Grand Am. As you guys know, it's got the new dash cover. Yeah, new dash cover. That centerpiece up there for the vent is new. We've got the bucket seats. It's got a brand new dual flip screen deck. It's got a new black carpet, which is kind of dirty right now. There we go. And then, alright, this is GXP stuff, but I still have the 3800 downpipe back here. I still have the 3800 clutch and flywheel and the ICM. I still have the front mount. Like pretty much all the 3800 swap stuff I kept. It was just like all the ZZP parts that I sold and parted out. And then if we go under the hood, so Still got the F23 5-speed manual. Still got the axles. It's got a new rack. It's got all new brakes and struts and like everything front and rear. It's got a brand new full aluminum radiator. It's got a brand new AC condenser in there. I've got all brand new AC lines in the shed that bolt in there and run under this frame rail. And everything comes up and bolts in right there. And so you basically just need a 3400 engine to drop down in here. It's got the harness, will plug right into everything. And that's it. That's all you need. Everything else is here. It just needs a 3.4 engine. And if you do the 3.4, it'll need the flywheel that comes out of the Cavalier or Sunfire with the 2200 SFI, same car that this transmission comes out of. Or if you stick with the 3800, it should pretty much just bolt in and the whole harness is there. And then the downpipe for the 3800 is in the trunk. And yeah, so I'm asking 2500. It comes with the body kit bumpers. It's going to come with the 20s. It's got these new ECC PP struts on all four corners. Brand new rack and pinion, inner and outer tie rods, new lower control arms, brand new ceramic brake pads all the way around. It's got, no, it still has the stock cross suspension, but it has the new trailing arms. It's got all Pioneer speakers in it everywhere except for the Sony deck, and it has the bigger AM E85 pump in the tank, and I was running E85. It's got most of the exhaust. It's just where it's disconnected from the downpipe, so that's hanging on the ground because that's where the downpipe connects on. But other than that, everything is there. It's full AN line all the way up to the front, and yeah, and then it's still got the shifter. Forgot to show the shifter. But yeah, so if anyone's interested in the Grand Am for 2500, let me know. It's not a bad car. It just needs an engine. So clean title, 2 sets of keys in my name in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So yeah, leave me a comment or shoot me a message on Facebook and we can figure it out. I won't take anything less than 2500. Like I said, minus the engine stuff. Well, with all the engine stuff, I had about 12 grand in this car. So minus the engine stuff, I only got like $1,000 back out of that. So I mean, I'm going to be losing a shit ton of money at 2500. So that's my bottom dollar on it. But if anyone wants it for 2500 bucks, let me know. I mean, I hate to get rid of it, but not really anything I can do. I need the money, so let me know. But the GXP is doing really good, and I'm happy with that. So I guess I'm gonna let this cool off for a little bit, and I'll give you guys another update.